Hey guys, what is up and welcome back to a brand new video here today and another episode of my F1 2019 modded career mode. Today we are here for round 17 of the season for the Japanese Grand Prix at Suzuka, and if you guys missed the last race at Russia, you can go check it out by clicking the link in the top right hand corner of your screen to go see exactly what happened at the Sochi Autodrome, in which we battled Max Verstappen pretty much for the entirety of the race in what was a championship critical battle. So go check it out if you haven't seen it. But today we are here at Japan and no rain is expected or forecast this weekend, and of course Suzuka is one of my favourite tracks on the calendar along with Spa. It's in my top two, and also in terms of upgrades, no team bringing anything here this weekend. Of course everybody's saving up points for the regulation change next season in which the aerodynamics will be affected, so for now things are kind of in a bit of a status quo in terms of the R&D graph. But in terms of other news, we are going to put on our fresh components this weekend, and these are our final fresh components for the power unit, and we're going to strap those on, and these should last now the final 5 races I believe. So here we are jumping into qualifying, and we're going to see how we get on in this session. Hopefully it's a good one for us and we can try and perform to the best of our ability. And if you guys haven't seen it yet, I am going to be streaming on Twitch very soon. I'm going to be trying to do some modding, so preparing season number 7, some cars and some helmets. If you guys want to tune in, I'd greatly appreciate it. But we're going to jump into qualifying now, and this was my first of 3 runs, and it was a horrible first run. I made so many mistakes. It was not good whatsoever. The car was all over the place, and it was actually quite surprising. The car felt really unstable. I was struggling with the setup, and the setup was really good, but for some reason it just wasn't working with this fully maxed out car. I'm not quite sure what happened, but the balance wasn't there. With the first lap across the line, we're about a second off the pace, and it was not looking good. Second run, we go out on our warm-up lap, and then suddenly my DRS goes offline. So we're going to be doing this run without the assistance of DRS. Luckily for us, there's only one DRS zone on this circuit. But you can see in the top right-hand corner, just on the pit straight alone, we lost 2.5 tenths due to the lack of DRS. So it wasn't the best way to start the second run, but having said that, I knew there was a lot of time left on the table. I also made a change to the setup, so I actually reduced the front wing by 1, and the reason I've done that was to have a bit more stability in the car. It did mean a bit more understeer, but it would give me a bit more of a balanced car, and the back end wouldn't step out so much, and that actually worked out really nicely for us. You can see here now, through sector 1, we're 3 tenths up, and we pretty much carried that advantage all the way through the lap. We did improve a little bit more, all the way up to about 4 tenths of a second really, so the pace was good. We improved quite nicely as we crossed the line, and we are going to jump up into the top 5, improving by ½ second in the end, and a purple sector 3. And overall, we do manage to get a bit of a better lap there. But we're now going to run on board for my best lap of the session, this time DRS assisted. So let's see how we get on here at the Suzuka circuit.
Seconds left in the session.
And there we go, at the front corner, over the bump, keeping the car to the right-hand side, and we do go P1 for now. It's a 23-0, pretty much a 23 dead, another purple final sector, and I thought the lap was good enough at the time, but Max Verstappen did one more special lap at 22.8, the only man in the 122s, and he pulls one out the bag. We managed to just hold on to second place narrowly ahead of Sebastian Vettel, and then we have George Russell P5 ahead of Danica Fiat, who only manages P5 here today. Perez in 6th ahead of Carlos Sainz, Antonio Giovinazzi in 8th with Bottas in 9th, and Lewis Hamilton running out the top 10 there for the Racing Point team, and that is your top half of the table. We then move into the bottom half, and we do have Charles Leclerc P11 for Haas, actually quite a slow qualifier for him. Normally he's been well in the top 10 recently, but that was a bit of a drop in form from him. Pierre Gasly P12 for Alfa Romeo. Then it's an all-Renault 7th row of Hulkenberg and Magnussen there. And then we've got Albon P15. Kimi Raikkonen in 16th in the second Alpha, ahead of Ricciardo and Norris. And then it's Grosjean and Lance Stroll bringing up the rear. Pretty much like the whole season, Toro Rosso and Williams right at the back. But that is your grid here today for the Japanese Grand Prix. But we're now going to jump into the race. Right, so here we are then on the grid for the Japanese Grand Prix, starting on the front row alongside Max Verstappen. This is actually my second attempt to record this race. I managed to get 24 laps in before until my game crashed, so we're going to have to go again, and hopefully the second attempt goes exactly as the first one did. But in terms of the strategy, we are going to start on the soft tyres and then move on to the mediums. Fuel-wise, we are going to run about 1.2 laps of fuel, I think, is going to be the ideal range for this one. No rain expected today, a little bit of overcast conditions later on, and a very simple strategy. But the target is simple: beat Verstappen, if not, damage limitation, because at the end of the day, the championship is all that matters. So let's get racing here at Japan, and let's try and secure the points. Here it is then. Let's get ready for the start of the race, and the 5 red lights. Lights out, and away we go. We get away pretty well, actually, off the line. Sebastian Vettel off to a flyer in the Mercedes. We're side by side with Kvyat here through turns 1 and 2. We're going to put him on the curb, but Kvyat is still there, and I'm going to let him have that into the S's. I can't quite go on the outside there, so Kvyat makes his way up to 3rd place, and we drop down to P4, which is not what I had in mind. Worst case scenario, really. We've got Perez behind us, so Russell's had a poor start in the other Red Bull. He's down to P6. Let's see if we can sharpen up here, try and pick up the pace, and try and get to the back of these guys. Let's at least recover our P2 as Verstappen starts to open a gap out front. Verstappen's really running away out front. His pace is incredible. Sebastian Vettel still hanging on to 2nd place, and Kvyat is starting to put the pressure on the Mercedes driver now. As we'll get DRS enabled on the next lap. I'm trying to close in on these two. We are doing a good job, but here goes Kvyat. Around the outside into the Casio triangle. No way through there though for our teammate. He might get him here though on the pit straight. Let's see if he does it.
DRS is now enabled. Will be available to use when you are within 1 second of the car ahead in the DRS zone.
Into turn 1, side by side, but Verstappen, purple lap, and Kvyat has to stay behind Sebastian Vettel as we pick up our warning there for track limits, running a bit wide through turn 2. Let's see if we can get past Sebastian this lap, both of us. George Russell's nowhere to be found. He's well down the order in the other Red Bull. Not sure what happened to him. Okay, so Russell has pit. He's at the back of the field now, so it could be on a different strategy. Meanwhile, Kvyat closing in on Sebastian Vettel here as we go into the Casio triangle. We'll both have DRS on the Mercedes driver, so could a double overtake be on the cards? I think we're too far back personally, but Kvyat could definitely get this. Here he goes. He's saving energy for some reason, but Kvyat on the inside of Sebastian. Oh no, oh my goodness me, we have to take evasive action. We have to avoid that. We get on the grass. That is not what I had in mind. Wing damage for Sebastian Vettel in the Mercedes. And I'm going to guess Kvyat as well. Pierre Gasly out of the Grand Prix, more contact, I think, down to turn 1 as we have our first retirement. That was a crazy sequence. We've got a Renault in the pits, Russell in the pit lane again. So Russell's had more contact, it seems. What a crazy race this has been so far. They are being very messy as usual into turn 1. They're not the best through there. Looks like Kvyat's missing a front left end plate and Sebastian Vettel's missing a front right. So let's try and put some pressure on and get these moves done. Get ourselves into 2nd place and clear the traffic. Engine turn up now, full power. Seb saving energy. As we're going to spoon, put him under some pressure. Oh, we get a bit loose over that curb. That didn't help. Trying to get a clean exit, which we do. Right then, let's make this move. On the Mercedes, we're gaining to the inside into 130R. Yes, we get in front just before 130R. Nice easy move there, and now we're behind our teammate in the wounded Ferrari through the Casio triangle. Easy on throttle. There we go. Wait for the DRS. Now we open up the letterbox. Use the speed. We go to the inside. It's very close to the wall. Shades of Schumacher Barrichello at Hungary, but we get the move done. And we're now 2nd place in this race after that very, very big scare at the lap before. We had to go on the grass to avoid the contact. We're now 2nd, but Verstappen has got a massive lead, and he currently has the fastest lap. We'll try and hunt him down. 23 laps to go, really. 22 laps to go, but I think it's going to be a massive ask to get this gap down because we're so similar for pace. Perez overtakes Kvyat for P3. So he's now going to continue on his way. Whether he's at the pace to beat me, I'm not quite sure, but he has shown good pace so far this race. Both mine and Max's pace is pretty much identical. The gap is just floating around 4.7, 4.8. Nothing really happening at the moment. At the moment, there's a massive pack of cars being held up by Sebastian Vettel. Kvyat is comfortably P4, even with the wing damage. He's got a nice gap. So Kvyat doing a good job at the minute with a wounded car. Gato Verstappen is actually slowly creeping up to the 5-second mark now. I can't quite match his pace.
We're approaching the pit window. You'll be on the mediums.
Yeah, we're scheduled to pit lap 11. That's the target lap. Okay, Verstappen pits. So he bites the bullet. We're going to start for one more.
In this lap, push now.
We'll stick to the strategy. We'll hopefully have less traffic as well if we start one more. Verstappen onto mediums. He'll rejoin in second place. Oh no, at least P3 behind Kvyat, which is good.
Caution, caution. The virtual safety car is out. Reduce speed and maintain a positive delta. Okay, slow down, slow down. Your delta is negative, which means you are too fast. Reduce your pace.
Not sure what that's for, but it gives us a chance to save ERS and fuel. No one's retired, so really not sure what's happened there. There we go, there's the restart.
Green flag.
Absolutely perfect. Right, we're going to pit this lap and get onto the medium tyres. So let's negotiate.
This lap, please.
Yep, let's negotiate this final part of the lap and pit in. Through the chicane, easy does it. No need to push too much. We're not really under any pressure as we just missed the bollard. Slow it all down, and there we go. Right, medium tyres, let's get it. Let's see how quick they are.
Complete, go now.
Oh, I pulled away beautifully there, and Kvyat shouldn't get held.
In the pits. Daniel in the pits.
I think we had enough of a gap that Kvyat shouldn't get held up there, but there goes Verstappen. He's now on the hunt of Kevin Magnussen, sorry, who's in front of him. We're going to re-jump behind an Alpha.
Look after these tyres now. We want to finish the race on this compound.
So we re-jump behind Kimi as Charles Leclerc retires in the Haas. So there's our second retirement of the race, but now we're going to be stuck behind Kimi Raikkonen in the Alfa Romeo, so let's try and get past him ASAP. Use the fresh rubber to make an easy move. Here we go, let's get past Kimi. We drive past the stricken Haas of Charles Leclerc. We're closing in now on this Alfa Romeo, of course, on medium tyres. Perez 2.2 seconds behind, so we have to be careful. He's benefited massively from the VSC, Perez. Verstappen didn't benefit, but Perez has. Sergio gained a couple of seconds with the VSC. Here we go, let's make a move. As Magnussen pits, we're going to try and get past Kimi on the inside. Very nicely done. We'll take the race in line, thank you very much. Now Perez has got to try and get past the Iceman. We're going to use that as a chance to turn up the pace and see if we can open up a gap to the Mexican. Verstappen though, all out in front by himself.
Some information on Verstappen. They seem to have an issue.
Oh my god. Oh boys. Max with car trouble. The gap, to be fair, has also gone to 7.3. We lost quite a bit of time in that phase because we was 5 seconds behind before. But Max has got car issues. How long will they last? Who knows? But for now, he's going to be in trouble. So in a couple of laps' time, we might be on the back of him. Let's go hunting, boys. We can win this race out of nothing. Personal best. I'm going to try and go for a purple lap on this lap as Raikkonen pits. That's going to release Sergio Perez. Better lap from us once again. Purple sector 3, but it's not quite a purple lap. We do set a purple final sector though. We should be on the back of Verstappen by the end of this lap.
Virtual safety car deployed. Slow down and maintain a positive delta. Virtual safety car is deployed. Okay, slow down, slow down. Your delta is negative, which means you are too fast. Reduce your pace.
Kvyat is out of the race. That is massive for the championship. We're going to lose out on big points today. I mean, Russell, to be fair, is out of the points. At the minute, it's literally me versus Verstappen because both of the second cars are out, but Kvyat has retired. Not sure what happened there, but if we'd got both cars to the line, we would have had a great chance of scoring some big points in the constructors. Perfect restart. Verstappen had to get off the gas. You could just see that in the distance. Here we go. Let's try and get past him. We know he's struggling with some kind of issue. And DRS is enabled, so it's the right time to make the move. The timing on the VSC has been perfect. This is going to be my one chance to overtake him because he's much faster than me, Verstappen. Here we go. He's going to defend it, but it's no use as we breeze past. And job done. We take the lead in the Japanese Grand Prix. And what could be massive for the championship. Now let's try and drop him and pull away. Let's see if Perez can maybe get Verstappen as well. That would help out massively. A little bit loose through there, so we set another personal best. 0.6, but that's still not a purple lap, so I'll give it up now. I don't think I'm going to hit it. Gap to Verstappen though, 3.2. We're putting away nicely. Now Perez is starting to close in. This is good for us. Let's keep it going. 10 laps to go.
It seems they fixed whatever the problem was. They're coming back up to speed.
Okay, that's Verstappen already, so his car is fully operational and back online. This isn't over yet. I've not pulled away that much, so he still has a chance. Alright, head down. We've got to push now because the battle is back on. Verstappen's on the hunt. Gap down to 3.3. The gap was 4 seconds at one point, so it is coming down. Not as fast as I thought, but it is coming down. And the moment it's going well. Pace is good. But I'm waiting for that Verstappen push. Gap is 3 seconds now, but you know the final push when the AI turn their engine up in the last 2-3 laps and they try and go for the purple lap. That's when we're going to really see Verstappen close up and he's going to really charge towards us. At the minute I'm doing a good job of managing the remaining part of my fuel and I'm trying to use up my engine mode on the straights. A little bit of a lock up there. That's not good. Feels like Verstappen's picking up his pace again. At least that's what it looks like, looking at the sector times. 2.1 is the gap. That mistake didn't help. Bottas with a new purple lap in the McLaren behind, who we just lapped. Of course, he just picked for fresh soft tyres. Max is really close. I'm just trying to keep him out of the RS.
Burned off our excess fuel. We'll be back on target soon. Don't wait too long to turn the engine down.
Gap is 1.1. I think I've done enough to keep him out of the RS for at least one more lap. But the final 3 laps are going to be very intense. Verstappen's going to be coming at us full power and full pace, so we're going to have to be ready for it. Buckle up, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to get very intense. Here's Max then. He's behind us. The gloves are off. He's going to the outside into 130R. He's run out of slipstream though, which means I can hold the inside. I can take the line. And we can stay ahead for now as we go into the Casio Triangle. This fight is massive for the championship. In the last race, we had a penalty that wasn't quite as personal or as real as it should have been, but this is 100% on it. Here comes Max with defending into turn 1 here. Max on the outside. Oh my god, Max goes a long way around, but no way through. We keep him back for now. 2 laps to go. Max again brought my gearbox. He's going to get the brunt in the first half of the back straight, but then we turn our engine up. He isn't quite able to keep up, although this time he's tucking into the slipstream. He's close. Bottas as well, right behind, trying to unlap himself in the McLaren. We're okay for now. Into the Casio Triangle. Verstappen's going to try it again.
There's only 1 lap of fuel remaining.
Perfect exit from us. Onto the last lap of the race. Here comes Max one more time. Is he close enough? I don't think he is. We're going to defend the inside anyway, just in case. There we go. We stay in front for now. Come on. Let's hold on to this. A bit of a lock up there. Easy does it. Power down. That's a good exit from us. Let's keep the power down. Max is going to try it. You know he is. Didn't quite get the line right through there. Come on. Power down. Here comes Max. I don't have a lot of fuel left. He's going to try it, but he's not close enough. I think we're okay. Bottas is getting involved behind us. We're going to turn the engine down just in case. Put a car in the middle of the track. Defends from Verstappen. Through the chicane. Easy does it now. Out the final corner. And there we go. Job done. We keep him behind. And we win in Japan. Yes.
Fantastic drive. Just fantastic. You deserved that race win.
Ferrari have really pulled it out of the bag today. It's a great win. What do you think it was, Ant, that gave them the edge over the competition today?
I really feel the track layout combined with the track temperatures we saw today suited their car. These cars come alive when the tyres are just at the right temperature, and the driver did a great job managing that as well. They just look so comfortable out there. It's like anything, it always looks so easy when it all just clicks.
Here come our winners now. A thrilling race and a tremendous effort by Ferrari. Their history is well known, so it's no surprise to fans the world over to see them come out on top once again.
Right, so looking at the final race results then here today for the Japanese Grand Prix, we pick up a whopping 25 points and it's a massive statement for the championship. Verstappen, the world champion, P2, 1/10 behind and misses out on the win in what would have been a massive win for him here today. Sergio Perez, P3 for Racing Point ahead of Carlos Sainz in P4. A really good drive from the Spanish driver in the McLaren ahead of Kevin Magnussen, also a really strong drive in the Renault in P number 5 there. Then we've got Giovinazzi 6th, Sebastian Vettel P7, of course with his damage earlier on. Kimi Raikkonen in 8th for Alfa Romeo, really strong drive from him, with Daniel Ricciardo in 9th with a 5-second time penalty actually. He should have finished in 8th, and that is a phenomenal result in a Toro Rosso ahead of Nico Hulkenberg, who finishes P10 and rounds up the points. He managed to just about beat George Russell to the line, who finishes in P11, Lando Norris P12, Grosjean 13th, Albon 14th, Hamilton behind him in 15th, and then it's Stroll, Bottas, and then we have Kvyat, Leclerc and Gasly all out the race here today. In terms of the driver standings, we are 50 points clear once again of Max Verstappen, and like I said, 4 races remain, I believe. We've got USA, Mexico, Brazil and Abu Dhabi, so we'll see how it shakes out. 100 points up for grabs. We've got 50 in our pocket. It's looking good. And in terms of the constructors, we extend our lead even more. And we're 73 points clear. But there's a lot more points up for grabs in the constructors, of course, because you can score a maximum of 44 points per race weekend. So if my math is correct, it's 166 points still up for grabs. Either way, it's looking good. And we've taken a massive step today. That win was really, really big for both championships today. But guys, that is going to be it from this episode of Career Mode here at Suzuka. And that was the Japanese Grand Prix. If you guys enjoyed it, drop a like on the video. I'd greatly appreciate it. And also subscribe if you are new for daily Formula 1 content on the channel. And also turn on notifications to not miss any videos from me. And finally check out these 2 videos on your screen if you have missed them. But that is it from me here today. And I'll see you guys in the next one very soon. But until then, it's goodbye from me.